What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the best ways of making MT in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So lads, as you guys can see, like I only got 280k, but this is a no money spent account where I had like on Christmas I had like 100k. I had basically no cards, and if you look at my auctions, I have what's it like 40 like 80k waiting here, and I just recently purchased a badged up E which cost me 70k. So like I sell my E, I sell my Steph Curry, I sell my Rudy Fernandez and Dino. Like we're out here on like, we basically made almost a million MT, well about 600-700k MT since Christmas while doing nothing, while doing very little apart from playing this one game mode. But I'm going to be talking about the multiple ways where you guys can earn MT. So, first of all, the obvious ones. The obvious ones, and it's sniping. Sniping, one of the easiest ways to make MT. For example, let's just look up Galaxy. Are there any Galaxy Opals for a buyout? No. Literally. Like, this is just a basic example. You sit on this filter, you keep refreshing, and then if one of them pops up, you buy it straight away. And then you put it up for whatever price it ends up going for. Like, again, the cheapest Galaxy Opal right now appears to be 200k. So if you do happen to get one of them, you've made a 100k profit. But it's not only that. It is not only that. It's just like the overall thing when it comes to sniping. You can do that with every card. It's not only with these guys. So for example, let's just say Pink Diamond. Let's say Pink Diamond Lonzo Ball, maybe. Okay, thankfully he's gone back up in price, because at one stage he was like 80k. Is he a buyout at the minute? Yeah. So as you guys can see, Pink Diamond Alonzo Ball right here is around the 100k mark, or around the 90k mark. So like he's still not too bad in price. But if you guys go and say, for example, look up Lonzo Ball at maximum price to profit 73k. Because you lose 10k in tax. So basically, always just have like a price set. And this is basically what sniping is. And it's just constantly trying to find people that have put up cards for way cheaper than they go for. Obviously, I've just given Galaxy Opal, Lonzo Ball as examples because I don't know anything about filters. And the one big thing about snipe filters, and you will not learn this from most people. Any filter can work as long as you know the price. Heck, any filter, badges work. I'm not going to say contract cards work. It used to be back in the day that jerseys used to work. Coaches work to an extent. That's probably it. But players is probably the main one. Like, some people snipe in silvers. Some people snipe in bronze because they all have some value. Because, for example, if you guys, look, let's just go silver, theme, 20 current NBA. So, you guys can see here, 5k. See what the cheapest one is. Okay, there's a bunch of them up for less than 1,000. I was kind of hoping that we didn't see any of them for less than this price. But for example, if there are no silvers for, like, as you guys see, yeah, 900 is kind of like the cheapest price for silvers. This is the cheapest. If you go and go 600, 550 for silvers, you might get a bunch of them. And there are specific silvers. Some silvers go for way more. If you look at the current NBA collection, a lot of these sets without any like hyped players, I think this is probably quite expensive. They go for quite a little bit. So Nickel Alexander Walker, 1,300. If you somehow manage to find him on a snipe for like 800, you've made a profit. Are there any more of these? No, there's none that I can see right now, but it always does happen with these silvers. Like, as you guys can see, Kira Lewis Jr., like, he's there 1,750. If you can manage to, if you know the price of all these silvers, and you get this guy for like 1,000 MT, you've still made like your 400 MT, which is a little bit by bit. And again, if I want to put a bid on this one, it could work as well. And then we're going on to the next thing, which is basically the same as sniping. I don't like the term bid snipe, because that, like, sniping is literally when you search up something and you have to get there as quickly as possible, you've sniped it. Just bulk bidding and bidding on cards. Like, for example here, you're looking at these cards right here. I don't know what James Ennis goes for, but for example, if you guys know what every single card goes for on the auction house. And for example, James Ennis is like a 4,000 MT silver card. I doubt he is, so I'm not going to bid. But you go and say, if it was another Wayne Ellington, there was a Wayne Ellington ending for 1,000 MT, and this one, Wayne Ellington at 5k was the cheapest Wayne Ellington, you would just go and start bidding on the Wayne Ellingtons. In terms of the cards, like, in terms of other, like, a very, very easy example is Ruby Kyle Anderson. So Kyle Anderson he's the new beastly budget player on the block. He's like insane, by the way. He's absolutely insane. So Kyle Anderson's price, oh my god, he's 2.5k. All right, so he's 2,400. That's kind of the price that you know you're going to be able to sell him at. So let's just say 1,500 max bid. Let me go and bid 1,500 on every single Kyle Anderson. Like, obviously, I'm not going to get every Kyle Anderson. I'm going to miss out on most of them. But this is, like, say, for example, if I go and win, if I spend a whole bunch, and I go and win, like, 15 of these. And, like, how many seconds is this taking me to do? Like, 4 or 5 seconds? Someone's obviously doing the same thing. But it's only taking me a couple of seconds to do this. And if you go and bid on every single one of them, and you happen to win, somebody's obviously bid 1,500 on all these 850 ones, haven't they? Or has bid more than me. And you go and win even 10% of these, you've still made like your 500-600 profit on each of them. And yeah, I'm not winning too many of the bids. I'm probably not going to win many of the bids. But this is a really easy way if you can just bulk bid on players. And like, I'm using Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson's not going to work, by the way. But this, like, right now. But for future reference, when these cheap Ruby cards come out, they're really good cards to do that. Like Jared Jack. I won a load of Jared Jacks for like 800 MT. And then one other good thing, when it comes to these budget cards, they always need it for limited. Like the amount of times that Markel Fultz goes to like 20k MT, or Jared Jack yesterday at one stage went to like 9k MT. Brian Russell was around the same, because everyone's trying to get their rubies for limited. So limited sniping is another really easy way to do it. Like, you can trade based on limited, like people buying Kobe's low, selling Kobe's high. And you can obviously trade very much based on limited, because the prices of what cards go for always change. So for example, we did get outbid on every single one of these, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose more. Like, if someone was to gain, like if it was that easy that I could just bid on a bunch of things and make a whole bunch of profit, it would be great. But I think there was it was Bars Diao on my main account that I think I won like 20 of him for like 3,000 MT. And when he went up to 10k MT a few weeks later, I sold out. Like, I made like 7,000 MT on every single Boris Diaw, which was absolutely massive. Like, being able to make that much MT, like I think that nearly set me up for like 100k. So yeah, that is the just the trading tips. Again, once you know the market and what price things sell for, it's very, very difficult to make a loss. Next is a very, very controversial one, and it's investing. It's not controversial, it's just risky. Like, a lot of times people will invest in a card and they go up or down in price. Like, for example, if you guys invested in Anthony Davis, if you guys were buying ADs up when he was 350k at one stage, after the Inferno packs came out, you have made like a 200k profit. But we are like one card being way better than Anthony Davis away from this being like an absolutely awful investment and you losing all your MT. Like, for example, I know a lot of people that invested in this guy right here. I know a lot of people that invested. I'm pretty sure Ty invested in Duncan at like 150k, and I think Ty cashed out when he was like 180k. But I know a bunch of people thought, you know what, Duncan's just going to rise in price. And then when they came out with Rudy Gobert, Duncan tanked, because Rudy Gobert was just basically the same card but better. And then they came out with Brook Lopez and Chris Bosh, and then they became like 30k MT. So investing sometimes works short. Investing works short term. I think long term investing is so risky. The only cards that I honestly think I would invest in, like one card that I would actually suggest investing in, is probably Bonga. And Bonga's not a bad card to invest in, because if you can, for example, buy a bunch of Bongas for like 3,000 MT, eventually he's going to go up in price. I'm telling you, when we see point guard Giannis, Bonga is going to shoot up in price. Well, if we do happen to see point guard Giannis or point guard LeBron in the next month, because we did see this time last year is when we saw point guard LeBron. If we see either of those guys in the next month, I'm telling you, Bonga is going to shoot up in price because everyone's going to be trying to buy a Bonga to guard those guys. But again, I don't see Bonga raising to above like 10k, so it's still a risky investment. I don't see him going low. Like Bonga, because he's 6'8" point guard, is probably for me the safest investment. I wouldn't advise anyone to invest in cards because cards do depreciate in value a lot more often than they raise in value. Maybe in like a 2-3 week situation where a card might go up after like 2 or 3 weeks and you make a bit of profit, or you buy them at like the lowest of the low in a market crash. Like for example, like I made a bunch of MT selling my Danny Granger. I think I got like 90 something K for him, and I'm pretty sure Danny Granger's gone down to like 70k. Like, actually, he's back up to like 80. Like, he was down to 70k yesterday, so people that bought him at 70k like I did and could sell him at a much higher profit. But like, that's, like, it's always hard to tell that because you just never know when the market's going to come back and when the market isn't, so I'm not going to give you guys tips. Then we are going to talk about one thing that people don't like to talk about: making MT while playing the game. Because a lot of people do not like the auction house simulator. I don't like it, but I like making MT. I like, okay, we still might actually win one of these, but I do like making MT. So for me, I found that if you are playing the game looking to make MT, the best mode to do that is this right here. Like, I reckon you can make, in TT Online, if you're good at the game, I reckon you can make probably 10k an hour. With the spin, if you got good luck on the spinners, you can't make as much as you did last year. If you got good luck on the spinners and good luck with packs, or say with good luck with ball drops, I reckon you can make 10k in an hour on TTO, which is not bad by any means. Like, it is not a bad amount by any means. But the best way I've found to make MT is by doing this: evolving cards. Evoing cards is my best way. So for example, I've been doing Jared Sullinger. Jared Sullinger, I wouldn't suggest, like, you don't get much of a profit on a Sullinger, but it's just really easy because you could do Sullinger in TT offline, and I've been grinding up for Terry. Like, I'm pretty confident I'm gonna have a big time in Doug West before I get Terry. But yeah, so basically I have been doing a bunch of these Evos, and like, for example, you guys can see here. Look, as you can see, we won one Kyle Anderson for 1,150. Send him to my auctions. Look, we made a 1,000 coin profit in this video. We made a 1,000 coin profit in this video. Actually, I'm going to Evo up my Kyle Anderson, so I'm going to keep this one here for limited. But, yeah, like, for example, Jared Sullinger here, 24,650. I sold one of my Jared Sullingers for 28,000. I just want to see what price he's going for right now. I'm not sure. He might have gone down in price, but definitely on the day that these Evos come out, it's very, very easy to make huge profits. So, Diamond Sullinger right now, there's not that many of them, like 24k. Amethyst Sullinger, let's see what he's going for. Okay, he was down like below 8k. I bought mine for like 7.5k. Okay, Amethyst Sullinger's gone up in price. The Diamond Soldier's gone down, the Amethyst. What? Nah, lads. 12k for Amethyst Sullinger. I mean, I like him. I like him. You're not making enough of profit for me anyway. You're still making, actually. You go and buy this guy for like 12k. And it takes you about an hour to Evo him. Sell him for 24k. Or you buy him for 11. You're making 13k minus like 2k. It's not making a 10k. Profit plus the game, so it's not the worst thing in the world. You're still probably doing that, you're still probably making more than 15. Like, it takes 10 games TTO or TT offline to get him evoed up if you know what you're doing with rebounds. So you're still probably making a little bit more than playing TT online. But like, when I was evoing my Sullinger was going for like 8k and he was selling for a little more than he is now. So that's not the best option. But other options, like if you guys look at the Idols card yesterday, Kenyon Martin. So Kenyon Martin, he's 100k. Like, it takes 2.5 hours to evo him. I mean, I'm gonna buy him. I think I'm gonna buy him. I'm not paying 150k. I'm sorry, I'm not paying 150k. I was good with paying 129k. I was good with paying that amount for him because I would have just evoed him and sold him on for like 200k. So if I would have made whatever, like a 30k I would have made a 30, 40k profit and would have been in good shape. But yeah, so that is another way of making MT is by evoing cards. Like obviously the biggest profit for evo cards is the day they come out. I'm telling you, like if you evoed Kenyon Martin yesterday, like you could have gotten 400 or 500k for the guy. You really could have. You know, other players, like for example, Ronnie Brewer has, actually, you know what, Ronnie Brewer is a little bit of a long evo. So does Jared Jack, actually. Like some of these evos just take too long to be anyway useful. Like Jared Jack. Like for example, his Amethyst card right now. It's like 13k, it's like 11k. And it takes more than an hour to evo. Like actually 7k, 6k. Like he takes way longer than an hour to evo. Like sometimes these evos don't work out, but the first day or two, like I can almost guarantee you that the Jared Sullinger evo is not going to work out. Is not going to work out long term for him specifically. But evolving cards can make huge profit. Like for example, the first person, like if you happen to get, in terms of throwback moments, where is he? If you were the very first person to evo Tom Chambers, like if you managed to get him for like, I think he was going for like 60k in the first like hour he came out. And if you happen to be the first person to evo him, I think he got like 150k. So like you can make massive profit on that. Obviously now there's no profit to be gained by his evo. His evo doesn't go for anything. Like you might make 10k off it for quite a bit of time, so there's just no point. There's no profit to be made. But I do think there are definitely certain evos where there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of profit that can be made from evolving them. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Ways of making MT. Obviously playing the game is a big one. Like playing the game is what some people want to do. The best ways of doing it while playing the game are, if you just want to play and not focus, play TT Online. Another, Limited's not the worst way of making MT because you get some really good packs in Limited. Like right now in Limited, if you guys don't know, they're like, look at the prizes. Actually that's not the prize I want to see. But like you can see every one of the season 4 packs is in there. So you can get some really good packs and make a bit of profit off Limited. Although the profit isn't that high. So the profit's highest in TT Online, followed by TT Offline. Whenever Domination comes back, whenever we see like this sort of like historic Dom, whatever sort of domination it is in Season 5, I can guarantee you that you're going to make quite a nice chunk or a lot of tokens of that domination. And yeah, they're the best ways of making it while playing the game. And then evolving cards in given game modes. And for me, any cards you can evolve while playing a game mode like TT Offline, which is probably the second best mode for making MT after TT Online, is going to give you the biggest profit. But obviously the best way of making MT is working the auction house. The best way is working the auction house. I am by no means no expert. It's all just about buying low, selling high, and learning about trends, learning about market crashes, learning about what cards are more hyped, what cards are going to be good in certain situations, and it's more of just getting a feel of the game. So if you guys want to learn about sniping, I'm definitely not the place for it. There's plenty of channels out there, but my biggest tip is to just get a feel for it. Just get a feel for the auction, just get a feel for the game. The more you play it, the more you play around the auction, the more you will learn about it. And then if you're like me and you just want to make MT by playing the game, TT Online, TT Offline, definitely the best place to go. And while evoing cards to make quite a decent profit. Like I made a lot. I made probably half of my profit. I think I've sold like 4 Sullingers for like 28, 29k. So like I've made the guts of 100k in the last days, Devo and Sullingers. So it's been working for me anyway. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.